Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode on this course. This is the 8th episode where shall talk about annotations under the detail category. So when you're working with Revit and you're looking to improve on how you present your drawings, it's worth noting that the use of powerful annotation tools in Revit will help you achieve your goals. That is to create information-rich detail views. That is from placing custom arrowheads and lines to tagging structure elements and components, adding regions. And in this video, we shall learn how to customize arrowheads and line styles. Then also, we shall see how to use detail lines, field regions, and detail components to enhance our drawings. Then we shall also learn how to use detail groups to reuse annotation setup, this tool right here. Basically, that's what this video is all about. So without further ado, let's dive into that video. Let me head over to the first floor. You can see my beams are not appearing like the way I want them to appear. As you can see now this can happen to you if at all you are using the smooth lines with aliasing tool under the graphics options. So let me turn this off for now. However, this doesn't mean that the beams are not there, but let me turn this off for now. Then when I'm going to print, I can turn it on. Also, I want to highlight that you may not necessarily go here, but under the file tab here, come to options, then graphics. Under this section, you can set smooth lines with anti-aliasing to be controlled by your view template. Or I can use this option of use for all views, where I'll control the smooth lines with anti-aliasing option from here. So let me turn this on and switch this off. So when you head over to Manage tab, under additional settings, you have many options here. I want us to explore some of these. Let me start with line styles. Expand this. These are the line styles that come with Revit. I would like to add my own, so click here on new. Let me say I want a line style of weight 4 because we don't have it here. I'll name this let me say semi-wide. This may not sound right, but it's okay. Use 4. Then also semi-medium. Semi-medium is 2. As you can see, there is no 2. Let me change this to 2. And also change the colors. Let me change the colors here to this. Then this, let me give it cyan. Then my white lines maybe red. And my medium lines yellow. Then I can also add a river line. Say I want to use a line for my river. Let me give it 5 and set cyan. A line pattern that is unique. Say hidden. Choose OK. Then when you head over to line weights, these I'll leave them the way they are. Then when you head over to line patterns, I'll also leave these the way they are, but you can add your own line pattern where you adjust the spaces between these dashes or the dots. Like for example, if I come here to edit, you can see that it is defined by the value of the dash and the value of the space after the dash. Then this one is defined by the dash, meaning you have a smaller dash, then a bigger dash, but the spaces are the same. So that's how these lines are made. Then when you come to the fill patterns, These are the fill patterns that come with Revit. Let me say I want to increase this concrete scale. Let me rename this. So you come here to edit, give it a name. Let me say scale 1. Okay. Then duplicate it with this and give it scale 2. So rename to scale 2. Let me change this to 2. Okay. So these two will be different. Then also you could create a new pattern. However, when you're creating a new pattern in Revit, it only has options to create patterns using lines. There are advanced plugins and tools that you can install to Revit where you can create more customized patterns. Shall handle that at a later stage. I think it is out of the scope of this course. Let me cancel this. So this is where you get your patterns from. You can adjust the scales of any of these patterns, whether it is model or drafting. Then under annotations, there are arrowheads, and you can see here that you have very many that come with the Revit. You can add your own. Let me say I want to edit this one. I come here to the tick size and change this to maybe 1 to become a small arrow. Let me illustrate this. You can see that in this dimension we created here, we used a 15-degree arrow. So if you come to this and change this to 1, say apply, sorry, it is 15, and say this is 2 and apply, you can see how they change. If you tamper with the angle, let me say 10, you can see the changes. Then let me say I want to create a new one, a dot. So I'll name this field dot of 2 millimeters. Oh, there's already one. Oh, sorry there. Let me give this 4 millimeters. Change this to 4. The dot and field. You can see here the arrow styles. There are many others you could choose if at all you're creating a brand new one. I think that's all for additional settings. I'll leave these others for now. To illustrate the field region tool, let me create a sample detail for a plinth wall. So when you head over to the foundation here, let me cut a section at this strip here, like this. Then open this section and pull down the crop extents, like this. So you have something like this. You can see there's no pattern for this wall. You could come here to region. These are the drawing options. They are similar to those we have been using in the previous tutorials. When you are drawing, you need to choose a line style. You can see that our new line styles that we just created are also included here. Then on the left this side, chain is to draw continuously. The offset, when you are drawing your line, if you don't want the line to be drawn at the very path where you're drawing it, but at an offset. Then down here is where you can choose which region you want to use or edit that region that you want to use. Let me head over to edit type and choose, I want a brick pattern, but you can see here there's nothing named as the way I want it. So I'll choose, let me say, diagonal down or up, then duplicate it and give it a new name, say brick. Then when I come here to foreground fill pattern, I choose brickwork, and also the background. You may not necessarily put a pattern for the background. However, if you put different patterns for the background and foreground, you have two patterns in one. But I want them to be similar. Line weight, let me say I want 2. If you choose masking, this means it is opaque. It will basically mask everything behind it. Let me click OK. Remember, I can choose a different line style. Let me say semi-medium and choose a drawing tool. Head over here and click 2 points like that. And when you click OK, you can see the pattern is created there. Let me also create a region for this strip. Head over to region. This time around I'll choose concrete. There's nothing like concrete, so head over to edit type, duplicate, give it a name, concrete, and change this to a concrete pattern. You can see that even our second pattern we created is indicated there. I'll leave the rest as the way they are. Click OK. Then when you come here, you may illustrate with this one. You can draw your region like that. If you are used to AutoCAD, this is what they call a hatch. So let me add the scale so that they can be visible like that. Then components, there are various detail components you would add in Revit. Let me say I want to add a break line. I'll head over to component. Then if at all you have it already loaded into the project from here. If not, come to load family, then choose the directory where that family is located. Say it is this one, and I choose open. So I can come here and place that break line like this. I'll provide this break line family in the description so you could download it if you don't have it. Then you adjust the extents like that. Then for detail groups, if you are repeating the same detail, this tool allows you to copy and manage identical annotations across multiple views while you are keeping them linked for consistency. Let me head over to the first floor here and draw a section here like this and open this section. Let me say I want to illustrate how these blocks will look like. I'm going to draw a sample detail of that block. So I'll type DL on my keyboard, then select here semi-medium, then draw rectangles here like this, and also draw, let me say, a cross line like that. So what I'll do, I want to copy these lines to fill all these other areas. So I'll select all the lines there. Then I copy them across like this. However, you notice that if I delete, let me say this does not change. So this is where detail groups come in play. Let me undo this. So I'm going to select all these lines, create a group, then I can always copy it this side. Now, if you're used to AutoCAD, this tool would work just like the way blocks work in AutoCAD. So when you select all these lines, then on your keyboard, type GP. Then name this red slab block. It's okay. Let me undo this. You can see they are now ungrouped. So instead of typing GP, you would still come here to detail group and choose this option. Then say create group. When choose that and name it rib slab block, choose OK. You created your block. Now you can always copy this block around like that. Let me exclude this one. So if at all I want to edit this, I come here to edit group. Then let me say I want to add another one here, another line. You can see that all these have changed. When you head over to the project browser on the right bottom here and expand this groups option and detail, you see that your group is always indicated here. So if at all you want to add another one here, you'd either copy this to this or drag this to the screen like this. Then of course align these surfaces. Then for revision clouds, this is to highlight changes in your drawing. You can use the revision cloud tool, which is fully customizable. You can change your arc length, type, and tie it to revision form, and tie it to revision from your title block. Basically, when you select this tool and click 2 points like that, I'll handle revisions when I'm working on title blocks, but that's how you apply it. See you in the next one.